10-year-old Sadie Cliff of Sacramento, California, was struck in the face by a boy in her band class, apparently because of her love of Taylor Swift. The hatred began around the time of this year's Super Bowl when the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, of course, plays for the Chiefs, and the students at the school support the rival 49ers. Well, now the fifth grader is channeling her love for the pop icon into jiu-jitsu classes, confidence, protecting herself. We are joined now by Sadie, her sister Emma, their mother Carissa, and Jake Barber, who runs the Gracie Bullyproof program, plus other members of the program as well. Thank you all for joining us. And Sadie, I want to start with you. I'm so sorry to hear about what happened. Can you tell us what happened, what your classmates said and did?
Yeah, so what happened was I was a big Swiftie, and I am still a humongous Swiftie, and I love Taylor Swift. I look up to her so much, and my dad made me this shirt that had Taylor Swift on it, and I wore it to school. And that band class, I was setting up my instrument, and out of nowhere, a boy 1 grade higher than me. I don't really know him that well, but he slapped me really hard in the face, and I was so shocked. So I didn't really tell anyone at that moment. But right after band class, I told my mom that that he slapped me in the face, and we talked to the school, the teacher, and we found out that he was he was upset because of the Super Bowl, and he was taking it out on me because I love Taylor Swift and because of my Taylor Swift shirt.
Oh, Sadie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened. And Carissa, I have to ask, what was it like for you to hear what was going on? Do you feel the school acted appropriately afterwards?
Yeah, it was very hard as a mom. Obviously, you never want your kid to go through something like that. I personally have never been slapped in the face. And it caught me off guard. You know, she is my oldest, you know, she's my first kid. And I didn't really think this happened in elementary schools. I do think that I'm focusing on like what Sadie needs and like helping Sadie. And I can't control exactly what happens at the school, but I do think they really heard me out, and they did really well with like talking to Sadie about it and going through the process of all that. And I just what I can do for Sadie. I feel like as parents, we get caught up in like, what is the school going to do, or getting back. And like, ultimately, these are all kids, right? And they're all little kids. And I just want to focus on what I can control, which was I reached out on social media to all of our friends and family, because we don't have any family here, and asked for words of encouragement for her. And she got so many words of encouragement. And that was like super amazing for her to feel supported and loved by her community. And I actually had a neighbor reach out to me about Gracie. And that weekend they were hosting a bully seminar that we got to attend. And it was so impactful.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry to interrupt. We are so short on time, but I want to make sure to talk about the jiu-jitsu, because Sadie, I know that you're doing jiu-jitsu training. That is so very cool. You know, tell me a little bit about this. Jake, we understand that you offered to sponsor Sadie's training after hearing her story. This is so important. Tell us very briefly how she's doing, how's her training going, and then if you could end with just a little demonstration of something she's learned that you can just show us on camera. I would just love that.
Okay, yeah, we'll try and do that. So, yeah, we got involved, Natasha, because I felt there was a huge opportunity that was missed for lessons learned. And the lessons should be learned from this is, you know, as Carissa mentioned, all the individuals involved, they're just kids, and they're a product of their environment. And as a community, we can't tolerate hate. And so our bullyproof program is not about fighting violence with violence. You could look at it more as fighting fire with water, where we look to neutralize the threat. And this starts for the kids with verbal assertiveness, to be able to verbally assert themselves, to stand up for themselves and for others. And you'll find kids can't verbally assert themselves, or won't, unless they know they can back it up physically. And this is where the art of jiu-jitsu comes in. And what makes jiu-jitsu stand out as a beautiful tool is that we have the option to allow both parties to walk away unharmed. And the first thing the kids learn to do is set boundaries. And if those boundaries are violated, they take down the offensive person, and they control that person until help arrives.
Yeah, Jake, that's so important. Jake, we have literally 5 seconds. Can you show us one thing very quickly?
Yeah, Bernard.
Yeah, here, come on, Sadie, grab the phone, bring it over here. So, if I'm the bully, or first thing she should do is always be aware of her surroundings. Let's say I come up and I push her.
Don't ever do that again.
Sometimes the bullies don't listen, so they do it again.
I said don't ever do that again.
And then from there, she'll clap because it's a physical assault. She'll clap and immediately tackle, handle the situation. Boom, he lands on top, goes him out. But then sometimes that's not enough. Then the bad guy pushes, she holds on. She holds on the other way. She holds on the other way until the bad guy gets tired. And then she resets her boundary again.
Wow. Amazing. Look at Sadie go. Look at Sadie go. This is amazing. What a good story. Sadie, Carissa, and Jake, and all the demonstrators, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.